They will do anything for 30 seconds of airtime. It's time for the Candy, Mike, and Todd Headline Challenge.
Yep, it is. Coming up on the Candy, Mike, and Todd Show on the text line at 98973. The bowl of candy says take one. If you've taken more, we want your confession. How many did you take? What did you take? And are you ready to ask for forgiveness at 98973? Now let's get to the headlines.
First up, the House of Representatives voted to advance the impeachment probe of the president, which means that nationally televised hearings are on the way.
This is something, whether or not you agree with the impeachment proceedings, you should actually be kind of happy about. The problem has been, and this is one of the things that the Republicans made a big show about, was that it was being done in secret. Well, secret's over. Now we're going to actually see public hearings, and you'll be able to get a chance to see what the evidence is or isn't, what it shows or what it doesn't. And that's something everyone should be happy about, because now it's moving into a public arena away from the skullduggery and the backroom stuff, so we can all make our own decisions as intelligent voters on what we think is actually happening here.
Yeah, the drip, drip, drip of selective leaks is a nasty trick that politicians play on each other, and Adam Schiff has been doing that quite a lot lately. This also gives us an opportunity to turn our attention to the criminal probe now of what went on prior to the president's election. Was there spying involved in that? Were spies dispatched? That right now has been behind the scenes. It's also ready to come out in the open. So two things at once. I'm not one who considers politics theater. It's a broken kabuki theater, broken system. So I'm not popcorn guy watching that stuff, but it's going to be important to keep track of.
Okay, so new documents were revealed in the Boeing Congressional hearings showing that catastrophic 737 scenarios engineers were aware of, and they kept them from regulators.
Yeah, this is not, again, every time you think that the dripping is over on this particular issue, it's not over. And now, with 2 days of testimony behind him, the Boeing CEO faces additional questions about his leadership and about the company's leadership based on the fact that they apparently, I mean, to put it broadly, they knew a lot more about the plane's liability and the software liability than they disclosed, and even more than they disclosed to actual regulators, all in the pursuit of getting a plane in the air maybe faster than it should have been, because they were so worried about competition from Airbus. And that's really what this is all about. The 737 MAX was an effort to make sure Airbus didn't steal Boeing's lunch, and it looks like that lunch is going to get stolen anyway.
The pattern that continues to emerge out of this is deeply troubling because of the hiding of information that could have taken people's lives, and in fact probably did take people's lives. Who are really, really hurt for are the Boeing employees who are going to work today, tomorrow, and going to continue to go in. Most of you, 99.999% of you, have never had a hand in any of this, and I think that your CEO, your chief, should probably step down to give you a clean path and you a clean road. Because my heart hurts for you guys, and the fact that you have to live with lives lost because of this slipshot stuff that a great company should not be doing.
So, police blew up an innocent man's house while searching for an armed shoplifter. A court has ruled the police don't owe him anything. Tough cookies.
So the cops were in pursuit of a guy who went and robbed a Walmart, or shoplifted a Walmart, but was armed and dangerous. And it was like a 19-hour standoff or something, and they brought to bear a whole lot of machinery to try to get the guy out of the house. Had they not gotten him out of the house, had they allowed him go on the loose, we'd be having a different story. He may have gone out and shot someone else. The people to blame here are not the cops. The people to blame here are not the courts. There are laws that are set up to limit the amount of exposure governments have when governments make mistakes. Same thing happens when you have mistakes that Sound Transit makes, or WashDOT, or SPD, or any government agency. So change the laws. Please don't blame the cops. I'm not even blaming the courts in this case.
This is one that's really, actually, if you look at the case details, a little bit tough to get a strong opinion on. I can actually understand why there should be some limitations. I mean, I don't know what law enforcement is supposed to do. And if someone is going to say, yeah, we'd like for you to surround this guy, but we're a little concerned about the city budget and our ability to pay for a house that we need to break into, or perhaps do some damage to be able to get somebody out of that. This is a complicated issue. I agree with Todd, though. I think that there are these protections for government, and its liability have always been a little bit problematic. In this particular case, a house got ruined, and the people who own the house are not even are compensated, I think, $5,000 for their insurance deductible, and that's it. And that just doesn't seem fair to me.
So the Sounders will host the MLS Cup against Toronto right here in Seattle. That's the first time the Cup will be held here in the home of the Sounders.
This is great. It's great for the city of Seattle, and it's great for local soccer fans. Sounders date back to 1972 in this area. It's not like this is a new thing. MLS is relatively new, but even it is 20 years old. So this is going to be one of the best soccer days in Seattle history, and what's really fun about it is that this is an actual rivalry. 3 times these teams have now met in the finals, each team getting one. This is the money game, and this is going to actually be, if you're a sports fan, this is actually one worth watching. Even if you're not a soccer fan, the energy is going to be pretty incredible.
I've tried so hard. I once spent, let's see, because it was a soccer game, is on TV.
10 minutes?
11. I was literally thinking it was about 11 minutes that I spent. And here's the thing that I can admire about the sport, truthfully. The athleticism of the shots these people can make, men and women. I happen to prefer women's soccer because I see more corner shots, etc. I can't get into the game, but I want to tell you wholeheartedly, for folks who are fans of the game, I'm thrilled for you that you get to have this experience. I really am.
Another Olympic event is on the way, the 2020 Games, right around the corner, and Microsoft has discovered that Russian hackers have been targeting anti-doping organizations.
Yeah.
You too? That's funny. This is funny.
These are the hardest working hackers in the world. These guys have, at some point, all right, we took care of the elections. Can't we just get a vacation, please?
We got to unionize because Russia, now they're
These
hacking
guys,
Facebook ad rules.
Give them a weekend off.
Well, for that matter, can you get over here, Russia, and hack our parking machines?
Exactly.
Where do you put an order in for this stuff?
These guys, I'm starting to feel bad for them.
Right. Okay, that's the headline challenge. All right, coming up on the Candy, Mike, and Todd Show. Oh, by the way, there are people who say, we've been guessing what Candy's wearing for Halloween. Well, you have on the text line. Some people say a sexy Elvira dress. Some people say Nancy Pelosi. Another person said a cute animal. Try to be more specific than cute animal, for goodness sake. I say Candy's dress is a candy corn. It's kind of an inside
She's
joke.
No,
do you know? Do you know what it is?
I have no idea, but she's the queen of Halloween, so.
It will be intense. We'll find out, I'm sure, tomorrow.
Halloween.
Yeah, people are saying Halloween. Tangney was complaining about
Halloween.
Halloween. Okay, got that.
Yeah.
That's right. Like that. Hey, we need a traffic report. It's going to be brought to you by Tracy Taylor. And
it's brought to you by me.
Yeah, but it's sponsored by, but I'm not supposed to say sponsored, the KIRO Radio Traffic Town Hall, the tolling effect happening Thursday, November 7th at noon. 1 week from today, Tracy, you and Chris, right?
Yep. I'll get more into that in just a moment. I got to tell you about this car fire. It's taken up the 2 right lanes north on I-5 just south of